everybody, my name is Rich Hatfield. I'm a senior conservation biologist for the Xerces Society, and I'm out here today to talk to you about the Pacific Northwest Bumblebee Atlas Project. This is a project that launched in 2018, and the goal of the project is to track and conserve bumblebees across Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. So I'm out here today getting ready to conduct a survey. And the purpose of these surveys is for us to find out which species of bumblebees are living in what places, what habitats that they're using, the types of flowers that are important for them. And all of these things will help the Xerces Society and the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife do a better job managing our lands so that we can conserve pollinators. And of course, we all know that pollinators are important for us because they provide 1 out of 3 bites of food that we put on our plates on a daily basis, but they also help feed so much wildlife. Everything from songbirds to grizzly bears and much in between depends on plants that were pollinated by a bee. And so these surveys are so important so that we can create a sustainable ecosystem and a sustainable place for humans to live within that ecosystem. So I'm here today and I'm getting ready to do a survey. So I have all my equipment with me. One of the things that I've brought with me is my insect net, and this is what I will use to capture bumblebees. Once I capture my bumblebees, I will put them into little plastic jars or little plastic vials, and then I will take the vials and I'll actually put them in a cooler. So this is a cooler that's filled with ice, and what that does is it actually chills the bees down, and then they basically go to sleep, and then it allows me to take detailed photographs so that I can identify the species that I've captured without harming them. After I've taken the photographs, the bees will warm up and they will go on their way. Hopefully as if nothing ever happened to them, although they probably had a little chilling experience. Other things that I brought with me for my survey today is I have a smartphone with me, and I use this to take photos, but I also use it as a timer because this is a timed survey effort. We want all of the surveys that take place across the 3-state area to be equal so that we can compare different areas and different habitat types for the bumblebee populations that we're finding there. So I use my phone for a lot of different reasons. It also helps me determine the specific location where I am. Of course, I could use a GPS unit or something, or even a map to do that, but this is the tool that I use. I've also brought this book. It's called Bumblebees of North America, and I use this as a reference guide to help me identify some of the species that I might find. But that's basically it. That's all I need to conduct my survey. I also want to get myself in a setting, and if you sort of look behind me, you can see I'm in a natural area. There's a lot in bloom, so there's plenty of flowers out here that bumblebees and other pollinators can be foraging on. So lots of good places to look for bumblebees. And when I get here, I like to just walk around a little bit and find out, where different species of flower are flowering. One of the things that you'll probably notice as you look behind me is I've got this big yellow showy flower here. This is called Scots broom. It's actually a non-native plant. Bees will use it, but I don't want to just look on this super abundant plant resource. I want to make sure that I'm looking for different flowers that might be growing low in the ground. Different species might choose different places to forage. And so I usually find a nice big area, walk around, find out where the nice pockets of flowering resources are before I begin my survey. And then I come back and I find a nice area to set up my sort of station where I'll have my cooler and where I'll process the bees later before I begin my survey. But that's about it. I feel like I'm ready to begin my survey. I'm going to do a few more things here to get set up, and then I'll show you how to catch some bees and what we do with them once we do that.